Previously on this channel, we had a little discussion, a little bit of a profile on the DC Compact Comics digest size editions of, a lot of their big time storylines. These retail for $10. It took a little bit, and we knew it was coming. Marvel had a response to these affordable comic books. Now, I gotta say it because I said it in the video before. I don't believe these grow comic book readership. I just feel that they resell the same stories to the same comic book readers. And yes, some people might go in and they might be curious about Court of Owls, and they can buy it for $10, right? But Marvel responds with a less designed. Marvel has always been behind DC when it comes to package and design. These books look like they're serious. They're for you to buy. They're for you to read. This looks like a really bad graphic design first semester student like project. Marvel Premiere Collection. Today I just want to show this to you guys. It's a $15 edition of Born Again with Frank Miller, and we have a forward by Charlie Cox because we got to get the Hollywood people involved. Let's have a look. Let's just sit down, hit that drawing table. $15 comic book editions. Let's go. Are comic books getting too big for you? Do you need them smaller? Do you need the classic American comics in the compact size so you could put it in your bag or hand it off to someone? Or do what I do. Just put them in your microwave, crank that sucker up, and then pull it out when it's a smoldering heap. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Everyone's talking Daredevil. Daredevil has taken over the internet, and I'm okay with it. Because I feel like I grew up with the right version of Daredevil. I got the original issues of this. We will talk about Daredevil Born Again, the original issues on this channel throughout this Born Again drop, this Born Again run. Yes, this is the beginning of me doing a lot of Daredevil stuff. You know why? Because this is a fantastic character. I love this character. But we're here today to talk about these affordable, I guess you can call them digest size comic books. These range between 200 to 300 pages. I think this one, let me see, what's the page count here? I don't even know. But it's roughly like 250 pages. This is all of Frank Miller's Born Again stuff. The amazing thing too, it has penciled artwork and it has the script. The script's in here too. For $15, this is a huge deal. Now, the reason why I'm profiling this is because I know many of you out there are curious about this edition. There's been a lot of conversation about the DC Compact editions. Now, it is my contention, it is my position that these don't expand American comic book readership. They're just reselling the gospel to all the individuals like myself that want to eat it up endlessly throughout our lives. But if you out there have $15 and you want to read one of the best comic book runs or story arcs of all time, well, let me just showcase this to you. I don't want to go through the story. I want to show you the printing and how some of the coloring is dead on. The reproduction here is thoughtful and careful. I want to show you guys some of the special features and maybe gloss over a couple points that we know we're not going to get in the Netflix Born Again show. See, Daredevil Born Again has nothing to do with this Born Again. We see that very early on in the Netflix series. But let's just sit down and have a look at a Marvel Premiere Edition Daredevil Born Again. Let's go. And there it is, AKAPAD. The only thing you need to know about this Daredevil Born Again edition is that it's forwarded by, you have a forward by Charlie Cox. Forward by Cox. Introduction by Frank Miller. David Mazzucchelli. This is one of the great comic book illustrators of all time. One of our great black and white technicians. I don't know if Born Again is available in the Marvel Essential editions. I have to look that up. If it is, I may buy that by the time you guys see this video. But we get some nice graphic design. We get, you know, like a little bit of a jumping Matt Murdock boy there. You know, if you need the Daredevil logo in a wallpaper pattern with alternate colors, well, there you go. What's on the back? Oh, nice insert artwork there. Murdock antagonist afterwards. Frank Miller right here. So, I mean, we get some nice... I mean, let's just get into... I just want to get into the back of this real quick. Because who cares about the story? Let's talk about the special features. Daredevil, Born Again, trade paperback, 1987. This is the one I had at one point. And I know I never sold it. I never got rid of it. If I can find this trade paperback edition, I would love to sit down and do that with you guys as well. Like, you know, if we can get like a little bit of a stack of Daredevil Born Again like iterations, starting with those original issues, that would be pretty fun. But I always loved the motion of this girl's face and her hair. Trade paperback 1987, right? Yep. Trade paperback with the trade dress. There we go. Recolored. It doesn't... Like, this just screams perfection here. Isn't it crazy when they computer recolor everything? I mean, look at look at the stained glass. I mean, look at the window in the background. And then the computer guys just do nothing. But I don't know, AKAPADers. I'm so divided. But we have the covers. So all the original covers are here without the trade dress. I love it. And then we get some of these pencils. I may cut these out and blue line print them and ink them for you guys, because these are pretty good quality. I can scan these at 600, 1200 DPI. I'll put them at 300 DPI and have everything be pretty clear. But you get like almost, it might be like one issue. Like 229. No, not really, because we have 231 here. But nice range of pencils here. And then here we go. Daredevil, 233. Armageddon. Script for 30 pages by Frank Miller. And look, here we go. Really cool stuff. And guys, like this is banged out on the typewriter. You had to do the work back then. Isn't it crazy? We have people now that write comic books via text message, which I'm not knocking, but there's a formality to this, to where you think through the project and you think through the work that I don't think you get via modern means. What a home run. So we get into the beginning. There's Charlie Cox over here, because, like, you know, we need an actor that portrays the character that has nothing to do with Daredevil in the comics. But this guy, you know, he goes to conventions and he makes more money off of taking pictures with people than the actual artists and the people involved with the you know, keeping Daredevil in the spotlight, like the comic book guys. There's issues I have with this. There really is. I just feel like, let comic books be for comic book people. We don't need Hollywood in comics. Nice intro by... I mean, it's almost just like the introduction by Frank Miller is almost like, what else can he say about this? And then there we go. So issue 227. Look how nice the zipper tones show up here. This has the impression of, you know, outside the paper quality and print technique, this is a very good and clear representation of the original printing. I mean, even here, like, look at that snow, right? Like, these are layered printing effects here. This, you only get effects like that a certain way. But I think this is such a good, powerful edition. And yes, I know I did a video about the DC Compact right there. Like, his whole place just gets nuked. Right? I mean, I spoke about the DC Compacts. I stand by it. I just think this is a good introduction for comic book people. This is not for new. It's just not for any newbie. We're repackaging this for the faithful. But I mean, like, here too, like, see that shading? Just, I mean, look at that those big chunky hands, those fingers, like right there too. I love that seam right there. So what? One of the things I wanted to get to is we know for sure that this is not in the Born Again, right? Because we literally get Captain America in the middle of this arc. So we can argue that Cap here is not showing up on the Netflix show. Because, you know, technically in the MCU, Cap is... Steve Rogers' Cap is no longer with us. But this is just very impressive. I'm not sure what other editions. This is the only one my local bookstore had, my local Barnes & Noble in Center City, Philadelphia. I don't know what other ones, but they did. I think they had one or two new DC ones. I think there was a like American Vampire, maybe, that was available with my last video about that. And there was a Harley Quinn Poison Ivy, Paul Dini one as well. So maybe I'll pick some of those up and you know, just showcase them for anyone that's curious. I do like that these are affordable. I don't understand why not just reprint this full size, right? I mean, just reprint this full size, because it's not. I mean, let's just compare. I mean, you're literally losing like a half an inch here and a full inch here, right? Isn't that crazy? Just reprint, just make it full size. That's the way it was intended. I'm never big on when they change format, and yes, shrinking things down is a change of format. But yeah, we'll get into the story here. I just wanted to showcase this in case anyone out there was curious about the Marvel Premiere Collection Edition of Daredevil Born Again.